How's it going, everyone? Milwaukee coming back at you once again, and today we're going to be discussing Star Wars at Galaxy's Edge by Ethan Sachs and Will Sliney. Let's get into it. Story starts off on the planet Batuu at this place called Black Spire Outpost. We got this crew, they're looking for something exotic, and they go to Doc Ondor's store of antiquities to see if he can help them out in acquiring it. While at the store, they notice that Doc has a Sarlacc in a jar. Doc notices they're eyeing the Sarlacc, so he decides to tell them the story about how Han Solo got him that Sarlacc years and years ago. The next issue stars Greedo. He botches a job for Jabba the Hutt, but he ends up acquiring Ki-Adi-Mundi's lightsaber, the Conehead Jedi from the prequel trilogy, and he brings it back to Jabba, and Jabba doesn't want it, but Doc Ondor just happened to be there, so he bought it, and thus saved Greedo's life, and then Jabba sent Greedo to go hunt Han Solo, and that's the second issue. Third issue features some character named Hondo, and he's going with Doc Ondor to the planet of Jedha, so they can retrieve a Kyber crystal statue. Issues 4 and 5 deal with this character named Dr. Aphra, and Doc Ondor has hired her to go and acquire a Sith sword. Now, a lot of these stories, they're flashbacks told from Doc to patrons or whatever, and all while this is going on, there's this crew that like I said, they're trying to get something exotic. Well, it turns out the item that they're after is that Sith sword. Apparently, it was broken in two parts. One group had the hilt, the other had the blade, and when you bring them together, you're supposed to get powerful or whatever. So while Doc is telling all these stories, they're planning their heist of Doc's store of antiquities. The First Order gets involved. Shenanigans happen, and Doc ends up with both the blade and the hilt, and he sends this crew packing into space with the First Order on their tail. Doc wins the day, and there you go. Now, I didn't really know what I was getting into when I decided to read the story. It's part of the sequel trilogy era, and I'm trying to read all the stuff leading up to and during the sequel trilogy here. And this story was sold to me as a Han Solo and Chewie book, but in reality, they only feature in one issue, and the rest is all these other guys like Greedo and Hondo and Dr. Aphra, these characters that I don't really know. Hondo, I think he's from the Clone Wars. Dr. Aphra, she's new to me, but I know she has her own comic series. I haven't read it yet. All these other characters I just didn't care about. I didn't really care for the story, being set in the present day, but it's mostly flashbacks to how Doc Ondor acquired all these antiques. It's I just didn't care. I can't say the writing or the art was bad. It was serviceable, for sure. But like I said, I was really expecting a Han Solo story, and I thought it was going to be a Han Solo flashback where old Han is telling somebody about some old caper he went on to get whatever it was at the Galaxy's Edge, right? Because I know it's a theme park tie-in. Disney does a lot of this stuff where they had that hotel, so there's a book about the hotel and a comic series about the hotel. And I guess Star Wars Disneyland is Black Spire Outpost. So this is some stories that take place there that I guess when you go, you're supposed to feel immersed, but I'm never going, so I'll never know. But yeah, just tie-in stuff like that, fluff. I thought I was coming in for a Han Solo story. Turns out I got one issue, and that issue was weak, and then the rest were all just not what I was looking for. So as far as Star Wars at Galaxy's Edge is concerned, I'll give it a 2 out of 5. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't what I expected. And if you pick this up, you're probably like me, and you're going to be hoodwinked. So hopefully this review informed you, and you know to avoid. So until next time, I'll see you there.